Before the world knew flame or fate, before the sanctum raised its gate, a dragon wandered tired and worn through misty skies of silver morn. It searched for peace, a place to lie, beneath the glow of moonlit sky, and in a valley hushed between two gentle hills of twilight green, it bowed its head in softened light and drifted deep to dreams of night. It dreamed of fire burning bright, of honor shining pure and white, of moonlit sacred, calm and true, of secrets old and wonders new. From dragon dreams the whispers grew, a hint of halls the world once knew, where mysteries danced in shadowed air, and magic bloomed in hearts that dared. That was the dawn of what would be, where five fought fate and unity. Their story closed, their watch now done, five voices fading into one. And so I speak across the yore, to those who brave what lies before. O hero born of flame or field, of moonlit craft or truth concealed, step forth, past revealed. Come soon, your fate unsealed. For now the sanctum stirs to see what new made legends you will be. The dragon breathes the dream once more, a calling through the ancient door. Hero before the past is through, the tale now waits to open you. Take clues I've left and missed and do. Seek what is hidden, chase what's true. For the sanctum keeps its promise still. In silent halls and moonlit chill, it watches all you choose to do. And it's long been waiting here for you.
Okay. Welcome, one and all, to the wondrous world of spells and scepters. In the last episode, our group starts to go to our first set of classes, with evocation teaching all of us Cinderlash. I might have had some trouble with it, but still ended up obtaining it, mastering it, and now it's in my repertoire. With that, the next class was Ward, learning Binding Rhyme, which somehow easier for me to master. Don't know why that is. As we move on to our next set of classes, let's see what happens next on this episode of Spells and Scepters.
And carried in these once open halls, now laughter, the echoes of footsteps, conversation between students, both those of higher years getting into more and more complex studies, sharing with their peers their ideas for theses and different areas they wish to travel to and lands they want to explore. And also new years, people who've never experienced a world of focused magic as such. And this learning and development really pulling out the best and the worst of peers and rivals. And as this week has stretched on, class after class has been introduced to you guys, focus after focus. And through these, you guys have exceeded pretty well. Amazing in your first evocation. You did amazing in your next wards class. And throughout the week, you would have taken some more classes. But as time goes on, you would have taken evocation again and wards again. So please go ahead and everybody roll on D20 or roll 20. Everybody roll your D20 for your pass or fail for evocation.
10. I got a 17.
Oh,
Ray
very
got a
bad.
16.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Some days you wake up and you're just better off, you know? And as classes go on, Schnur, you would eventually pass. Ray, you would eventually pass. Vero, for some reason, this fire magic that Ergo is trying to teach you is just not resonating with you at all. Something about this magic type is just not connecting. Go ahead and roll one more time
because
before
it's plus 2.
you roll one.
Okay.
No, it's just flat.
19.
One more time before you get an adversity score. 19 passes with flying colors. And so as these days would have gone on, the longer it would have taken you to get the practice down, like to get the forms down and stuff, the less physical time you would have practicing that spell. So for the study focus part of it, those actual gathering master points, the quicker you are able to grasp it, the more master points you had. Basically, whoever finishes first each class, you're going to have a chance to compete later on in the year as class lead. Like, basically, you think about it like valid Victorian for only one class. And it's something that you have to compete for. Your adversity score will track against you, so watch out for that. But right now, all this means is that Jimbo is in the lead running for it. And following such, he gets one additional roll for the following. So the time it completed took everyone, we would say, was 3. We'll call it 4 just for the general class group, because I don't really want to roll for all of them. So we'll just call it 4 on the safe side. So that means, Jimbo, I need you to roll 4d6 plus 1, so 5.
46 plus 1 to 5.
5d6, sorry. I was just walking through it for the
So 4d6s, right?
5d6.
5d6. So you would go on the thing, and then do d6, and you would click on 5.
Where's the pencil?
There we go.
He got 19 in total.
Holy shit. Where the fuck's my
That's
pencil? What the fuck? It's all right.
His lowest roll was a 1. The rest were like 5, 3, 5, 5.
Well, 1 will never leave me, so that's fine.
All right. Go evoke. Here we go.
Question is, what does this mean?
All right.
It means one
And then
has to think
following
of the
order,
interesting-
3 for everybody that got it on the second time, which was Schnur and Ray. Would you
Yeah,
guys
and Ray.
please roll 3d6 each?
3 of a D6.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let her go first. Oh,
So you would click on the dice, right? And then on the d6 line, go to
yeah, I know how to do it. I see. Okay. So like that.
10.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what'd you get, Wax?
10.
15.
Schnur got 15.
15, and Ray got 10. All right.
10.
And
Mhm.
then Vero, you would roll
Mhm.
2. You got it on the last chance before the rest of the class, essentially. Oh, damn.
No.
2.
There's just something about this magic that is just canonically not agreeing with Vero.
Possibly, lore-wise, it could be trauma from dragons.
Oh, you dragon drama.
Like
Oh,
how
my God.
like Aang, once he learned firebending, he got scared of it
Mm-hmm.
and barely used it.
You have
So that could be
PTSD.
Vero scared of using fire magic.
That could
PTSD.
that could be. That absolutely could be. All right, and now we're gonna go through the same process one more time for wards. So will everybody roll a d20 again for the first preliminary studies of wards? And call out your rolls, please.
Good old 5.
I got
I got me a 12.
Good
oh
shit.
nice. 7.
Okay,
Good shit.
so yeah, I got a 9. Jimbo got a 5. Ray got a 12, and Schnur got a 7.
All right. So Ray is the only. Wait. Ray got a 7. Who got the 12?
No, Ray got a 12. Schnur got a 7.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Gotcha. Okay. Everybody besides Ray, re-roll. Ray, you passed. Everybody else did not.
16, y'all.
Woo!
Okay. So
Cloud,
Jimbo got a nat 20. I got a 15.
we'll add a critical for you later. When we do the dice rolls for the mastery points. You pass though?
I got a 15, so I think I do pass.
Yep. The DC
Cloud
is
got
12.
a nat 20. Schnur has. Yeah.
Yep.
So me and
Yeah, I
Jimbo
got
got the only one that needs to. And Ray got a 16, but the only one left to roll is Schnur.
Ray wouldn't have to roll this
Schnur
time.
Got a 7.
Ray, quit rolling for a second.
Yeah, she got a 2.
Only the people that didn't pass. All right. So then, now Vero and Jimbo have both passed. Wax, will you please re-roll? Last round before adversity scores. Let's go. All right. Now, all of you guys, please go and roll your d6. Hold on, though. Ray, we're going to start with you. You would have 5. So you need to roll 5 d6. You are in the running for class rep.
Okay, so I can click the number though on next to the D6, right?
Yep.
You click 5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Boom.
Hey,
Did it.
whole bunch of ones.
You got an
But some
11.
4s.
1.
What'd you score?
11.
4,
11.
11.
Good work. And now Jimbo and Vero, you guys would each be rolling 3, but Jimbo, you criticaled, so you're gonna roll 4.
Go ahead, Jimbo.
Oh, when?
You got 18. Nice.
Damn.
I got 10.
I want to remind you guys that
Smart.
those scores you got in the beginning by the Aether Crucible, Wax, she basically sacrificed her destiny, and she did not get a score. Instead, she got her score halved, and whatever she rolled got added on to Jimbo's score. So just keep in mind that Jimbo's score is already kind of like cracked. Like Savage rolled a little bit higher than him because Savage just naturally rolled insane on all the averages. But Jimbo was already like right behind him. And now Jimbo's the highest level, so he's gets those couple extra from the experience. And now he's like acing his classes and getting even higher scores. Jimbo is a silent weapon brewing in the background. Holy shit, this is looking
Hardly.
a 19 and 18. I gave everybody that participated in the last 2 classes automatic aces. So you guys got a 20 and a 20, and now Jimbo's got a 19 and an 18. Holy shit, dude. His scores are cracked. Wax, it is your turn. Would you please roll 2 d6s?
Ooh.
Wax. Schnur.
Nice.
She got a 9.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. And so that would be your guys' just overall the next week or 2 of classes of Evocation Ward practice. The same spells you already have, but getting better with them, getting sharper with them, and building up these passive totals that you can spend on spells later. And then we are going to jump over into our next set of classes, and we are going to go enjoy Charmcraft and Emotion with Professor Serafina Luminara. Arc Surge!
Aegis Wall! Charm Touch!
Summon Running Ally! All right, everyone. Today we step into one of the least understood and yet most misunderstood schools of magic, Charmcraft. Now, when most new players hear charm, they think persuasion, illusions, manipulation, and yes, those are a part of it, but that is not where charms begin. Charms begin with emotion. Let me explain. In the world of spells and scepters, emotion is not just psychological, it is magical. Joy, hope, courage, love, trust, these are not abstract ideas. These are arcane forces, and there exists something born from their opposite, a force that feeds on their absence, a force that consumes light by replacing it. That force is a curse. Curse is not random misfortune. A curse is a negative emotional construct seeking to replace positive energy. Its primary goal is simple: replace joy with pain, replace trust with fear, and replace hope with despair. And here is the most important thing that you must understand: that goal is also its weakness. A curse cannot create, it can only replace. It must consume something to exist. Which means if you understand how emotions anchors magic, you may understand how to break it. That is where charms come in. Charms are the anti-curse magic. Charms does not overpower darkness, charms unlock it. Think of it this way: a curse is a lock and charms are the key. The key does not shatter the lock, it turns it, releases it. Primarily cursed items. A cursed item is not just an object with a spell attached, it is an object that has an emotional anchor, a strong emotional connection to a place, a memory, a person, a trauma, and the curse attaches itself to that emotional root. Then it spreads. A cursed blade might amplify anger, a cursed ring might deepen jealousy, a cursed heirloom might anchor grief of a household. The item wants to manifest, to consume, to replace, to become the dominant emotional field in its environment. Sounds terrifying. Fortunately, charms exist. Charm spells work by restoring emotional balance. They reinforce positive alignment and they reintroduce stabilized feeling. They reassert identity. Mechanically, that is important. Charisma, your force of presence, is the primary stat for resisting or unraveling curses. When a curse is not fully manifested, you roll charisma against its level or DC. You are not overpowering it, you are asserting selfhood. If a curse has manifested, meaning it has attached fully and begun affecting the world, the charm magic becomes surgical. You must target the emotional anchor and you must identify what it's feeding on. You must restore what is replaced. That is why charm is not anti curse. Charm can also manifest emotion intentionally. Calm into chaos, trust in negotiation, courage in fear. Let's say you cornered an angry back alley confrontation. Weapons drawn, tempers high. You could evoke, you could escalate, or you could cast a calming charm. Shift the emotional current. Anger softens, hostility slows, and the moment opens. Imagine a greedy patron refusing fair payment. Instead of intimidation, you reinforce trust. You project sincerity. You bend the emotional tone. That is power. Not destructive power, but directional power. Charm is subtle, but it wins encounters without blood. Now let's talk about weakness. Charm is not mind control, it does not erase agency, It just amplifies or restores emotional currents already present. If someone has no empathy, charm cannot fabricate it. If someone is deeply committed to harm, charm may delay but not convert it. This charm is often underestimated in combat, but in campaign play, charms shapes narratives. Now, for the history of charms, most modern charms, magic traces back to the legendary group known as the 15 Heavenly Harpies. Despite the name, they were not monsters. They were miracle workers. It began with three sisters. Their names are largely lost to history, erased with the scrolls that once recorded them and their deeds remain. But these three sisters developed the earliest known anti-curse incantations. They healed plagues of despair, they broke blood-bound hexes, they cleansed entire towns of emotional blight. 12 followers that joined them, disciples of their following faith. Each follower became known for crafting one specific charming spell. 15 foundational charms, each tied to the restoration of the spells. Containing those spells are all of the charm spells. Lost, scattered, hidden, possibly destroyed. Their whereabouts remain unknown, but their teachings survived. Their descendants carried the practice forward, refined and adapted it, and today nearly 70% of charm magic taught at academies traces back to those heavenly harpies. You may not know their names, but you are casting their legacy. Now, let's bring this back to mechanics and gameplay. Charms pair well with Beacons of Resolve, the Radiant Will, Twilight Adept, or Prepared Genius. Charms also counters hexes directly. If hexes attach conditions, charms untangle them. If curse spreads despair, charms restore that identity. In duel format, charms may not win by disarm, but you can win by destabilizing your opponent emotionally. Confidence falters, fear creeps in, aggression becomes hesitation. Remember, a curse seeks to replace, charms restore. And when there is here a final lesson, charms is not weakness, it is the mastery of emotional current. It is knowing that the battlefield is not only terrain and spell slots, but the unseen space between the minds. When you cast charm, you are not attacking, you are unlocking. And when you face a curse, do not panic. Ask, what was replaced? Restore it. And when the darkness collapses on its own, next time we will remain binding control and restraint. For now, I need you to understand if vocation wins fights and ward sustains them, then charms reshape them entirely. I'm sure you guys are going to have an amazing time in your next class in illusion and glamour weaving. Until then, I'll see you around. All right. And time would continue to pass. Class after class, I'm going to give you guys all one free chance. So we're not going to do like the full system. This is just a little bonus. Just kind of like last time. Go ahead and roll your everybody roll the D20. It's just a free pass or fail. Just for attending that little video there.
Ooh, 14.
15.
I got an 8.
That also seems fair for Vero canonically. Solaris with a 7. All right. Jimbo and Wax, go ahead and roll your D6s, and whoever rolls higher will be the person that clearly has more mastery and would have performed better. So you will be the one in running for class rep. Both of you will have the opportunity, though. Everyone has the opportunity, but both of you will kind of be in the spotlight. Only one can be at the top. 1d6 for
Only
Wax.
one can be the Pokemaster.
Yeah, only one can be the Pokemaster. Can catch them all. 1d6 for Wax. 1d6 for Jimbo.
Ooh. 5.
6.
Nice.
All right. Well, Wax, you're gonna take it, and we're gonna add +6 to whatever's next. And for Jimbo, we're gonna add +5.
Dope.
All right. Now we're gonna do the real class. You guys step into the same hall that you guys would have gone into for your evocation class. A long room lit by these flames, the dragon heads impaled by these swords that line the halls and show the different dueling halls that run adjacent to this long dueling corridor. And each of these halls is meant for a different practical dueling application. But for these beginning classes, we're all going to start at the beginning dueling hall. And in this hall, Saphirina Luminara is awaiting all of you for your next charms class. And as the large majority of your group smashes in through these doors and fills out into the room, she is sitting there waiting for all of you guys. She wears a large, bright blue cloak covered in this purple and silver. Um, she she looks a lot like Lydia, with this large, strong chin and bright blonde, almost silvered out hair. She's human though, not elven. And she stands tall and proud, her aether-bound robes flowing, showing off her house. And as you guys all step in there, you would see this tiny little wax moth that is floating next to her, and it's kind of dripping these hot pieces of wax onto the floor. Its wings seem ethereal like as they flutter behind it, and it wobbles side to side as it hovers next to her. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. It's great to see all of your faces again. And in this class, we are going to get even closer, even more personal. We are going to truly push the fundamentals of charm and your understanding. Hello, class, she says. And as all of you guys kind of get organized and set onto one side of the battlefield, she stands there and she goes, "Today we are going to learn the practical application of the third level spell charm, spell fracture, and when and where to use this. For this example," and she turns to her little sprite, "I'm going to need your help." And the wax moth kind of like hovers back and forth. "All right, if you could please use your ability transform." "Give me one moment, class." And she steps a couple paces away from her companion, and she says, "Let me concentrate. I must think deeply. It's been a long time since I've been in a state of terror." And she focuses, breathing deeply for a minute. Her eyes close, and then the wax moth begins to transform. It bubbles and wax drops off of it in these heated puddles as the puddle begins to stand up, and arising out of it, a figure that looks pretty basic to all of you. It's just this humanoid in a cloak made of bubbling wax, but the wax begins to reflect the light and become more and more realistic in the it's still flowing, but different parts of it like harden and affix, and you can see the shoulders very stern, and the cape flowing off of it, and the hood. And only one of you particularly recognize. Oh, sorry, two of you particularly recognize the mask. Um, Insight checks. Vero, Solaris.
Yes, 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 yes.
Why does my
Okay,
camera
well,
keep going
my
off?
insight
What the
really
fuck?
quick. Just now got my notebook out. Insight, insight, insight.
I got 13.
That
Well, I'm
passes.
getting there. I just had fixing my notes the other day, so hold on.
You guys could just share the insight as long as one of you
Okay.
passes. I can describe for the most part.
Well, my wisdom was +4, which is my insight. So hold on now.
All right, go. Yeah,
So
get your roll.
8, 9, 10, 12. 12, 12. Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
right. For the most part, you guys kind of see the same thing, but you both recognize specifically the mask that is starting to harden in the face.
Mm.
A very deformed like skull. That kind of just looks really familiar for some reason. Anyway, she focuses on this fear that she has, and this figure starts to form out of her companion, and she goes, "All right, that's enough now." She opens her eyes. She takes a step to the side. This is a stance change, which means her reaction is going to gain a +1. Now, cast at me. And the wax moth starts to gurgle this gurgling, deformed, dark voice. Cast fear. And a wand-like item forms in its hand before bolting forth with an actual real-life fear spell. The black shadows that linger across the room scare Morph. His light dims slightly as this darkened void of light that sucks light out of the room as it passes across, launches towards Seraphina. She steadies. Spell fracture! She casts, and the spell dissipates in midair. She sheathes her long, elegant white wood wand in her side holster, and she turns to the rest of the class. Not even a drop of sweat on her brow as her hair flows over her shoulder. Charms are about being brave. Who of you is brave enough to step up? And she takes a step back.
Me.
Stepping right up. Ooh.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Solaris
Not stepping on toes, though.
verbally stepped first,
Would you
so
like to go
you guys
first?
both take a step at the same time and lock eyes. Solaris, would you like to proceed? Or do you want to forfeit and let Jimbo go first?
No, I want to go first this time.
All right, then it is yours. You step up,
Solaris.
and this figure, it's still just lumbering there. Holy shit, lumbering there, dripping this hot wax and kind of like arching and forming in this deformed human way, as it looks and fixates its eyes on you. She goes, "Ready yourself." Would you like to do anything before we begin?
What did she say?
She said, "Ready yourself."
Okay, I would like to. Okay, actually, I would like to. Just like going. Can I pre do a cantrip? Can I do a not cantrip? A spell. Can I pre do a spell? Can I do mirror ward? So like I can protect myself if they hit me, it's gonna go right back to them. Can I do that?
That's not how mirror ward works, but yes, you can do that if you would like. Go ahead. Deduct Huh?
If it's not gonna help me, then no.
No, you absolutely may do that. That's a great idea. No, sorry, I was just explaining mechanically that mirror ward does not do that. But it does grant you advantage, so if you want to do that, go ahead and deduct your spell slots. You can cast it on yourself, so you don't have to roll. And now you have advantage on your next defend or save, or your next defense. Sorry. Cool. So you step up, you cast this, deduct your 2 spell slots, or 1 spell slot, however many it is, and the figure locks onto you. Accursed fear! And it casts this spell out at you, and she says, "Now, spell fracture!" And do you wish to try and cast spell fracture like she did?
Yeah.
All right. Keep in mind, so you have not banked any points in charm just yet. You have no free mastery points available. This is what it's like learning a spell on the fly. This is what you would have to do in the battlefield if you want to try a new spell that you've never done before, Thankfully, much like the other learning process, you have one of the components. You've seen it be performed, you know what it is, and you should know what it does. So, you are going to now roll against their roll.
Okay.
Which is +3.
D20,
so
I'm guessing?
14. Yep, and it would be plus your wisdom modifier.
The wisdom is +4.
Okay. you are at advantage on your next targeted defense, though. So since this is targeting you, go ahead and roll again and pick the higher.
All right. I can do that.
That's what Mirror Ward does.
So I'm 5. So I'll take the 6. I guess. Goddamn.
Unfortunate. And yeah, so that basically means that as this dark shadow shoots across the room, sucking the light in like a void, it blasts you square in the does a 14 hit you? What's your armor class?
My armor class is 10.
So yeah, it does hit you. It blasts you square in the chest. Everything around you goes completely black, and you're standing on this plane of existence that doesn't really make much sense, as it is infinite in all directions. It's nothing but a void, yet you stand flat, a fixed nothing, but apparently something. And in this dark black void, it is just you and one other creature. What is Solaris Ray's worst fear?
I can pick anything for like help fighting, or for like what I like love.
What are you afraid of? What's Solaris Ray's canonical worst fear?
I don't really know. I mean, like, I guess, like, a giant dragon, maybe, because I like the cats. Perhaps some type of large bird. Something that flies around. But I don't remember if we talked about something specific.
Okay.
The turkeys, what Jimbo and Schnur don't like? I don't know. I don't like them either. I eat them, but shoot, you know?
Well, you gotta imagine something. You can take a moment, think about it. This void around you is dark and shifting, shadows and forms becoming different things as this curse latches onto you and starts warping you and pulls you deeper and deeper into this dark void of fear. Take a moment, think about what is your canonical worst fear.
Absolute darkness?
Absolute
creepy
darkness?
Trees who touch me? Yeah, because the moon, even if it's nighttime, the moon is still such a good light. So, like, if there's no moonlight, then, like, oh my gosh, you know?
Alright, that's cool, yeah. The void. The void. Yeah. That's your worst fear.
Space.
Canonical.
Yeah,
maybe
like
you
that.
even heard bedtime stories about this thing called the void. An infinite darkness that exists somewhere far away. And it's vast, unending.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible, terrible sounding. And, yeah, that's fair. You are paralyzed for a D4 amount of turns, plus the proficient, so 3. So you are paralyzed for 7 turns. Go ahead and take a little bit of a nap. As you just go down.
Let me take a gosh darn nap if I'm gone for 7 turns.
Not really.
Nap time for me. That's all shit.
I'm just showing the mechanics of it. Yeah. So
I know.
Yeah. With that being said,
7 turns.
Sephonara Luminara steps over to you. Charmed touch. And her hands glow with this bright light as she places her hand on your shoulder and kind of like readies you in a almost sitting up position. Are you all right, my dear? You took a little bit of a tumble there.
Not really.
You look rather experienced at falling down. I say you'd probably be okay. Stand up and join your friends over there. And
Okay, I'm gonna just go hop. I'm gonna just gimp over there. Yep, there's a little gimp over there.
with your spell slots expended and you being in a state of disadvantage against this thing now, Sephinara recognizes that it's best to let you recuperate and regather yourself before attempting again. She is stern and strict, but in a way that a caring mother would be. In this situation, it seems as if she's like a mother deer, and she has to take all of her baby deers out of the clearing and into the scary forest. And here the baby deers have to face the monsters. So she seems strict and stern, but in a way that feels very protecting over you. As she readies you and steadies you up to your feet and then kind of says, all right, now make off with your friends over there. And next, she hollers as the lumbering mound of molten wax and looming shadow hovers and waits in position.
Oh, hello. I suppose I'll hop in.
Nah, move, Jimbo.
Okay. You're fun.
Schnurr's stepping up to the plate.
The two of you are kind of like pushing on each other's heads as you like rush forward. And Sephinara smiles. Teamwork is a valiant strategy against the darkness. Go ahead, you may both step up. I have more than enough spell slots. And she snaps her fingers, and another wax moth sprite appears and starts bubbling and turns into another shadowing figure with these features beginning to harden around its shoulder and cloak and mask.
Oh, hell no.
Schnitzel.
Ready yourselves,
Is that?
she says, as the two of you are now just like standing there looking at each other or looking at these two figures.
I don't think
Oh, hell no.
Is there anything you would like to do before combat begins?
I
want to get my turkey baster out. Ready to fry some motherfuckers.
Come here.
Schnurr, anything you would like to do before combat begins?
Could I take a focusing stance?
I'm not sure there's a what do you mean by focusing stance?
I don't know, like that's how she started.
Yeah, you're right, but what's it actually called though? You figured it out. You figured out the trick, but what's it actually called?
Is it un momento.
What's the thing that you're trying to do right now? You're trying to basically get it to attack so you can do what?
I'm trying to transform it so that I can it's called brain. So I can cast spell fracture.
It's already transformed, but you can only cast spell fracture once what? Like it needs to do something, and then yours is. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you another hint. You can't use your bonus action if you want to have one of these. Your secondary action. Do you know what it's called? It's something stance. You were right.
The only thing that's coming to mind is...
It's exactly what she did. Sorry.
Stance change?
And of the 4 stances, which one are you
the
like?
only thing coming... Oh.
Of the 4 stances, which one are you trying to take is what I'm asking.
A side stance?
There's the attack stance, right? which is the one we're basically trying to figure out. There's the defense stance, which raises your AC, which is basically along the lines of what Ray tried, but she tried it with the ward, which was really creative. And then there's another stance, but that doesn't matter. We're trying to figure out what is the equivalent to the evocation. That's the third and final hint. It is one of the 4 core stances, though. You're very close. What are you trying to do, right? Because you need them to attack, and then you want to...
Charm them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a...
Right, disband them?
No, defend.
Or defend?
So,
Correct.
when you're in the attack... Alright. It is... I'm going to give it away. It's called countercast. It's the reactive stance. You're trying to essentially be able to react. You're preparing to react during their turn. So you don't do anything for your turn. If you take the attack of the 4 stances, you have your cast stance, which basically just allows you to attack. You have your defense stance, which is basically just a +2 to your AC until your next turn comes around. You've countercast stance, which is your reaction. So if something like comes to attack you, you can automatically use your bonus action you didn't use as a reaction, even if you don't have something that specifically says it's a reaction. That's what that stance does. That's why you use your whole turn waiting for it. Shift is the last one, which basically just allows you to move, and then you gain a +1 to whatever attack you do next. But in this case, you're correct. She took the countercast, or the reactive stance is what the name for it is called. And essentially, that is what you're trying to do. So I'm glad that you participated and had these questions and took some chances on some different ideas. You were so close on a couple different ones, but it's the countercast, the reactive stance, essentially, is the one you want to go for, because it allows you to then attack back even if you don't have a reaction. And that's what this thing is doing. This thing is targeting and attacking you with a curse spell, and then you are attacking back and basically trying to fizzle it out, which is your practice for the Spellbreaker.
Okay.
For everyone listening at home too, I'm just breaking down mechanically. Let me pull this back up real quick though. I had to go in there and make sure I wasn't tripping as well. I was like, make sure. But yeah, it's also right there in the player's guide. Under right as soon as you get to the bottom of all the mechanics, it goes into the stances. And those are very important because you can do any of those during your turn. Most of them are your primary action. Let's see. Oh, you guys could go ahead.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, No, you can't do it now. But you could roll. Go ahead, both of you roll your d20. You have to have knowledge of it and call it out during your turn to do it. So this turn, I don't think it's fair if you guys do it because I just told y'all what it was. But
good old 19.
16.
Oh, fuck. Where did that go? There's so many new ones. Hold on, I'm going through it. Wow. Where was that at? I just lost it in the infinite void of spells. Let's see here. Both of you pass. Go ahead and roll your d6.
That's why you're Batman.
Um,
Roll d6. Alright.
I got 1.
Oh.
He got 2.
Yeah.
wow. I actually have no idea where it's at. Thought it was like right here. It's one of the. Spell fracture. There it is. I was correct. All right. I believe both of you have a 6 and a 5 already from the rolls for watching the video.
Yes, sir.
So 2 and 1. That's actually that brings you guys both to 7. Actually, coincidentally, lucky number 7. And
6, 7. I had to say it. Gotta hate that. I'm
now
sorry. Why? Why?
both of you guys are faced with these 2 wax statues as they blast out a cursed fear, and these black shadows shoot across the room. 2 arching shadows sucking the light devoid out of the room. They spiral forward towards you guys, and you guys both cast Spell Fracture. What does it look like when you guys do this? Call it out and like, what does it look like when you cast Spell Fracture?
I would like to imagine that it's almost like something's dissolving into thin air. Like all the particles just start to void away and become what they would be.
Sick.
Oh yeah, spell fracture.
And when I cast Spell Fracture, I'd like to think it's kind of like a big old poof of wind, per se, blowing forward and just bashing into the creature and kind of disbanding.
All right, I like both of those. Both of those coincidentally do tie to 2 different elements, so that's sick. What emotion do you connect this to? Charms all derive from a strong emotion. What emotion do you connect Spell Fracture to? This gust of wind and this dissolving feeling. This fight against darkness with your charms. What connection to your emotions do you use?
Relief.
Go.
A sigh of relief. Your problems disillusioning themselves. For me.
You own my damn words, Jimbo.
I try.
That's a good one. I like that. Sigh of relief.
Like letting go.
Be gone, you spooky dookies.
You get like a
I think
flashback
that's
and you
more of a
remember
shoe
the
off than let go, but
you like remember the moon tree and how it felt to like set everything up on there and then to just be at peace with it, know you're into the next chapter. Little subtle flashback. Yes, but both of you passed. Congratulations. Next, the rest of the class would have to step up. Let's go Draylin and Vero, since there's 2 of them up there now. Draylin steps and he's like, I'll go next.
dang.
And he looks over and sees you like stepping up at the same time and he's like, oh, come on. Well, let's see both of you. Let's see the rivalry in the works. Let's see where it all actually starts. Both of you step up to your respective statue. Would you like to do anything to prepare?
Okay. I'll try to cast Mirror Ward on myself.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead and deduct the
and
spell slots.
then, and then taking the spell slot off. And I just want to tell the shadow within me, like, hey, be alert.
And it is for once silent. And also notably, Morph. Roll a charisma check real quick. Actually, we'll roll Morph's Constitution. So basically, anything higher than a 13 would pass.
22.
Okay, he'll accompany you on to the battlefield. He was a little scared at first seeing these shadows get cast, but then seeing Schnur and Jimbo defeat the spells like that, he's like, all right. He's like, well, if they can do it, my guy can do it. And he like hovers forward with you anyways. Yeah. Your shadow guy though is silent.
Okay. That's all.
And you pass that though. Morph comes with you, and Draylen's like, watch your footwork, and he enters into a reactive stance. And both of these two waxes step forward. Accursed fear! And they shoot forward these black lumbering clouds, these shrouds of black voids that suck the light from the room as they pass by. I'm going to roll Draylen first, and then both of the bad guys. And then bad guy 1, bad guy 2 is targeting Draylen. Damn, let's go. So Draylen spell fracture and cast that 19, just absolutely decimating the void because it would also gain advantage, but he doesn't need it. It dissipates. Yours is hurtling forward towards you, Vero.
Okay. I tried to cast the spell thing.
The spell fracture. Go for it. Roll twice and take the higher. You're at advantage on your next defense.
15.
Well, that's higher than a 3.
Can I roll some inspiration on this?
Yeah, can we throw in her help?
You can cheer. You can definitely cheer from the sides. He passed though.
Okay, do it yourself then. Fine.
They're all like cheering you by the side, and you're like, "I got this, guys."
No, I'm not. I take it back.
And then from the other side, you hear a sorrow. She's like, "You better not make us look bad, Draylen." And Riven's like, "You took the words right out of my mouth."
I mean mug a sorrow for saying that to Draylen.
And both of you though just like blast these clouds away, and she's like, very good. And as you guys get ready to step to the side, the statue like twitches really weird, like they're kind of like molding and morphing and like falling apart anyways, but the one that Vero defeats, its like neck like snaps and focuses and watches Vero walk off the field. And then you may communicate with your shadow if you like at that point, Vero. Go ahead and roll your D6 for proficiency points.
6. 2.
All right. And then we go all the way back around Now all of you are casting, trying to get this spell actually mastered, trying to get to the full total. So everybody go around again and roll a d20. Everyone can roll just like we did for the Evoke and Ward. We're just going to start with the regular 20 roll. See who has a chance for the class reps and all that.
Do.
I got 5. Jimbo got 1.
Mine not
Alright.
clicking.
I knew it was
Click.
coming. I knew it was coming.
8. Meh.
11.
Just not quite high enough. Let me pull this list up real quick. We'll go in just the regular order here. Everybody from the first
Get your ass out of here.
boat should be
Get your ass
here.
out.
7. Oh, Joran Ashwheel. So Joran Ashwheel is going to be in lead for class rep. Actually, let's have Joran. D20 for Joran, D20 for Dre. Okay, Joran is going to be in the lead for class rep for charms. Everybody go ahead and roll again for your D20. Dang.
19.
Nice.
9.
What? Oh, moly. Oh. Y'all
Welcome
just
to
don't
the
look
one
at that.
club.
Don't look at that.
I got a 1, 2.
God dang it.
Schnurr, go ahead and roll 3d6s.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Oh, shit.
All the cool kids are doing it, yeah.
Disregard that. I was on the wrong menu.
It's okay.
That was
I know that you
Jimbo's
got.
name.
If you want to count that, you can. If not, you can re-roll on yours. That's a pretty solid one though. 10. Not too good though. Could be better.
I'm trying to keep it. Keep it.
You know, I would gladly take it, but I would more
No,
so
no, no, it
have
would be me.
fair.
It's do I want to keep that?
And not for you.
Yeah,
for her.
it's for hers. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was the
but
only
what-
one that
yeah, but
passed that
10's
round.
Yeah, but 10's pretty good.
Well,
I think you could probably roll higher, but who knows?
Fuck it, I'm a roll.
yeah, I could roll higher than a 1, but I did
Want,
not.
I
Well,
got 9.
Yeah, it
well,
happens. To
Not that
bring
bad.
some peace to your mind, though, you guys have those 7s, and Vero has a 2 floating around there, so that 9 actually becomes a 16 for your mastery points. And then that gets rid of Schnurr's charms. And then everybody re-roll again. We're in the last round before adversity scores.
uh, 16. Not bad, not bad. More better than last time.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
Ray, go ahead and roll.
Bro.
Roll
Oh,
2d6.
All right, hold on now.
Vero, you just can't shake
Bubble.
this feeling that statue is watching you. And the statue is gone at this point. You guys are just casting the spell, trying to get your basic mastery. I got your points down there, Ray, but you just still feel that mask watching you. Your shadows there, probably making it hard for you to focus on good, joyful emotions while manifesting this shadow, because they do eat and consume happy emotions. Everybody that didn't pass, go ahead and re-roll, and we're gonna start adversity scores now. Jimbo and Vero.
1.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
All right.
Oh.
All your proficiency dice from here on out are going to be -1. Go ahead and roll again. Roll again. Jimbo and Vero.
Oh. Oh, the first flat 0. Hell yeah.
No,
I
no,
deserve an
that's
accomplishment.
still a 1. Your
So
mastery points are -1.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, then I'm gonna roll for it next time. Hell yeah.
So roll again.
Yep.
-12 -1, 11.
Nope. This one doesn't get minus by 1. Your next roll does. You do pass. Now go ahead and roll your
okay.
d6, and it gets minus by 1. That's your adversity score.
Can I give Vero a sad high five?
4.
Yeah. All right, 4. You also have those 2 points floating around, so that brings it to a 6. Jimbo, also, you've been absolutely dominating the scoreboard, so it's about time you had some junk lunk with one of the classes. Go ahead and roll that d20.
Oh, that's just today. Last time, all the classes I rolled nothing but ones, man.
That is
I got
true.
like super good scores, and then the mastery points were just nothing. It was all ones. I'm gonna roll the first 0 though. I have confidence in that shit.
This round, it'll all be minus
So
by
I'm rolling
2.
d20.
Your proficiency dice.
Can I like cheer him on? Like, fucking Jimbo, get your head out your ass and do it.
Yeah, you can. Last
Ain't nothing
roll.
to it.
Go
What to
ahead
do it?
and incur a D4 from everybody that wants to cheer you on. And this will be your last chance. Everybody's got to cheer. We just heard Schnurr's cheer.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Woo, woo, woo.
Jimmy.
I see Vero give his thumbs up from the side. Just inspirational thumbs up. Hell yeah.
Go ahead and
Where's
roll your
voice go?
D20, Jimbo.
I was saying, ain't nothing to it but to do
Oh
it.
my.
That was my
doesn't even
inspo.
make sense.
I yelled it.
Nice.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
So you do get,
I
does
said-
double your dice, so you do get 2d6. However, it's going to be minused by 3, and then it's going to get a +7. So really, it's just going to be +4. So go ahead and roll your dice. Go ahead and roll 2d6 for your critical success, and then add 4. So 8 in total.
That's 4 plus 4, that's 8.
8 in total.
Even though you finished last, you have a decent average. You're tied up with Ray and just a little bit ahead of poor Savage. And then Schnurr basically is double ahead of everybody. Fuck Surge!
Aegis Wall. Chop touch.
Summon running ally! Hello? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is this the right class? The class you were looking for, or the class I was looking for? I'm just kidding.
I can hear you. I can see you.
Misdirection and illusion is the art of this class. Of course, here I am. And the magic that follows, I'm sure you will enjoy. But you cannot take it all in from over there. Come closer, come closer. Alright, everyone. Welcome in. Today, one of the most misunderstood and most dangerous disciplines in advanced magical history, illusion. Its physical counterpart, glamour weaving, will also be taught in this class. Now, let's begin with the correction. Illusion is not lying. Illusion is not trickery. Illusion is belief manipulation. And belief in the arcanum world is force, a magical force. Unlike charm, which works through emotional restoration or influence, illusion works through cognition, through perception, through expectation. Charm asks the heart to shift, while illusion challenges the mind. Mechanically, illusion uses your intelligence modifier. Because you are not persuading, you are rewriting the interpretation. Let me explain. When you cast an illusion spell, you are presenting the target's mind with a narrative. The mind must then decide, does this align with what I believe to be true? And if yes, it accepts it. If no, it rejects it. So the illusion becomes a battle of the mind. You're not overpowering someone, you are outthinking them. A wise illusionist studies lighting, angles, environmental consistencies, psychological biases, and timing. An illusion cast poorly collapses instantly, while an illusion that casts in preparation becomes reality, at least temporarily. Now, here is where it becomes more interesting. Illusion and glamour weaving go hand in hand. Illusion alters belief while glamour weaving alters manifestation. Think of illusion as cognitive and glamour as aesthetic. If illusion convinces you flames exist, glamour points them out to the world. And imagine this. You cast illusion to make enemies believe your horse burns with celestial fire. Then you glamour weave physical-like manifestations onto its mane. Now this illusion gains texture, movement, heat distortion. Belief strengthens it. Glamour weaving is the art of charming the universe itself. But unlike charm, which uses charisma, glamour weaving also requires intelligence, much like its other half, illusion. Why? Because you are negotiating with reality through structured magical logic. You must understand the physics of your illusion. You must maintain consistency. The universe tolerates artistry. It does not tolerate contradiction. Now, let's talk mechanics. To glamour weave, you must use your intelligence as your primary stat. Pay a minimum of 3 levels per 1 feat embedded into the glamour. Let me break that down clearly. If you want glamoured creation to possess 1 functional feat ability, it costs 3 spell slots minimum. Each additional feat embedded increases cost accordingly. You are not simply decorating, you are constructing a temporary arcane construct. Now, bonus conditions may be added if you want your glamoured flames to impose fear, and that's a bonus condition. If you want your projected phantom beast to impose disadvantage upon approach, that is a bonus condition. Each condition increases the spell slot level. Glamour weaving is scalable, but it is not cheap. Now, let's address something advanced. Completely glamour weaving a familiar, this is not summoning a real spirit. This is constructing a fully functional illusionary entity that has been glamour weaved, imbuing in it not just your magic and your soul, but your creature familiar's chi and its soul as well. In this 4-part contract, all of them come together to form what is known as glamour weaving. To summon a familiar that has been completely glamour weaved, you must pay its level times 2, double. You're not calling something from the veil, you are fabricating persistent manifestation. Now, here is the balancing mechanic. All feat and abilities that Glamoured Familiar count now at times half value. Multiply them by 0.5. If this would grant +2 armor, it now grants +1. an additional +1. If this would deal 4 damage, it now deals an additional +2. However, its synergy bonus also increases. Normal synergy between Beast and Master is times 0.5, much like the values of their feats, but during a fully glamour-weaved construct, your souls are bonded so closely that it goes from 0.5 to 1.5. This is as close to a Beast Awakening as possible in Spells and Scepters module. Because glamour-weaved constructs are psychologically synchronized to you, they are not independent beings. They are extensions of your narrative control, and their enhanced synergy reflects that unity. You sacrifice raw power, you gain coordination. Now, let's talk strategy. Illusion alone can create false openings, mask a retreat, force mispositioning, or cause hesitation, but glamour weaving amplifies illusion into battlefield presence. A glamored wall of thorns might not physically restrain, but if reinforced visually and cognitively, enemies will move around it, which changes positioning. And, as we've said before, positioning wins fights. Illusion is particularly strong against predictive ward casters, overconfident duelists, and strategists who rely on visual cues. Because if you alter their inputs, you alter their decisions. But here is the weakness. Illusion collapses under the direct verification. If someone interacts physically with your glamour flame and feels no heat, the belief breaks. The illusion flame, the belief breaks. If someone closes their eyes and relies on non-visual senses, the illusion weakens. This is why high-level illusionists layer stimuli: sound, light, motion, heat, shimmer, emotional suggestion. Consistency is everything. And now, mindset. There are two types of illusionists. Your tactical illusionist, who uses deception to gain advantage, and your narrative illusionist, who reshapes the battlefield story entirely. A tactical illusion might create a duplicate, a narrative illusionist might create a burning skyline. Both are valid. Both glamour weaving pushes you into a narrative territory. When you paint flames on your horse, you're not just gaining intimidation, you're controlling the atmosphere, and the atmosphere shapes decision making. In long-form campaigns, illusion and glamour become incredibly powerful socially. Projected wealth, projected authority, projected danger. A glamored sigil glowing faintly on your cloak might convince a noble that you outrank them. A subtle illusion of looming guards might prevent the violence without a single spell slot of evocation. Now, let's talk synergy for illusion. Illusion pairs well with Arcane Prediction, Spell Shaper, Prepared Genius, and Leyline Awareness. Glamour pairs well with Companion builds, Now, let's also imagine a scenario for this. If you are outnumbered, instead of evoking recklessly, you project an illusionary reinforcement. Then glamour weave visual presence, footsteps, shadows, armor glinting in the torchlight. Enemies hesitate, momentum slow, and your allies reposition. Victory without brute force. This is an art. If charms unlock curses, wards deny the impact, evocation controls the pleasure, then illusion rewrites perception. And glamour, well, it rewrites the presentation. Together, they turn the battlefield into your stage. If you're ready to perform, then it is all yours. You are the author. Hope that you guys have enjoyed this class on illusion and glamour weaving. Reality is not what exists. Reality is what's believed. And you step into the familiar warding hall, back where you took your warding classes. And in this room, these mirrors stretching up, the instructor that has been talking to you, this silvery skinned, almost elf-like man known as Vex. He is a mirrorling, and as he concludes this basic talk and lecture, he actually steps backwards towards one of the mirrors in this warding hall, lined with mirror after mirror stretching down the lengths of the hall. and then steps back into the mirror itself, disappearing before Professor Callum Nightsong appears before you guys. His long purple robes lined with tints of aether pink, and his hair is long black but put up and sleeked back. His elven ears large and pointy, holding up his big framed glasses as he steps forward. Well, class, there seems to be a lot of you this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this without a problem. Everybody go ahead and space out if you would. And you guys may all like space out and gather around around him, and he kind of looks over the crowd.
Scoot, but I'm still staying near the front.
He's looking out across all of you.
Shoving me to the side. Jeez.
And how many troublemakers do we have in this lot? And his eyes are scanning across
11.
you. Roll a Constitution save. Everybody but Ray.
Yeah.
I just got shoved by a motherfucker who's like a foot tall.
17.
Very
He elbowed
nice.
you in the ribs.
Meets it, beats it.
I got 11.
14 here.
And as you guys are all watching this, Vero, you notice something unmistakably wrong with Professor Callum Nightsong. As he walks, everything is inverted slightly. As you're noticing everything behind him, it looks like the entire room behind you. And as you are noticing this, and he's talking about the troublemakers, Jimbo and Schnurry are over there kind of like snicker, and you're like, hee hee hee. And he is now directly behind you. The illusion of him in the middle of the room disappears, and he's standing behind you. Good. I like troublemakers.
Oh, hello.
And he wraps his arms slightly around your shoulder, Jimbo, like stretching behind you, kind of like a half hug. And he walks forward with you towards the center of the room. Well, I'm sure by this point you have made many of friends. And he looks at your Faye on your shoulder, and then he looks back at you. But perhaps you could help us by being an instruction. Show us another friend you have. Go on, I'm sure you've made your way through summoning. Do you have a contract?
Can I summon my chitin? May I? Is this like, are pets allowed indoors? You know, like.
Yeah, it has to be a creature that you already have a contract summon with.
Oh yeah, I haven't pet the kitten in a long time. Well, good old Polo. Should we call Polo in?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and summon him out, or attempt to.
Good old
Roll a
Verdant
d20 real quick.
Prowler.
You
Y'all
should
are
be.
gonna love it.
You should be able to do this without rolling. Go ahead and deduct your spell slots. He's level 1, I believe. So deduct the 1 spell slot. And then go ahead and roll a d20. And technically,
16, sir.
That was his, dumbass.
Oh, 7.
technically, you should be able to summon it out without having to roll. But you have tamed this creature, but you have not actually made a summoning contract with it, and you don't have scrolls. So, essentially, the professor is rage baiting you, and as you attempt to do this, it just basically deducts your spell slot for nothing and just fizzles.
Nice.
See, this is what can happen, class, if you are not prepared out in the battlefield. Preparation can only take you so far, though. In this class, I will teach you how to channel your instincts into a reaction. For this, your primary action has already been burnt. But let's go ahead and entertain me for a second, if you will, Mr. Jimbo, Mr. Clover. Go ahead and now point your wand like this and attempt to glamour weave. And he starts kind of painting with his wand, like doing his long purple charred bark looking wand flicks in these long arches, much like a aggressive paintbrush stroke, as he splatters an imaginary canvas, and he's now asking you to attempt to glamour weave. Do you have a tamed creature or companion that you would like to summon as a familiar?
Well, I don't think I would be able to because I don't have an oasis yet.
That is true. That's where glamour weaving comes in. It's not asking you for a familiar, it's asking you for a tamed companion that you're going to summon as like a temporary imagined familiar. Somewhere in between illusion and reality is what glamour weaving is, he says. So now you may select
then
any
I
of the...
would like to paint through the air like Bob Ross with my wand and give my best bet at summoning dear old Polo.
All right. You may also add a condition. Do you have any spells right now in your knowledge that give conditions, that has any condition on it? Arc Surge has fire condition.
All I think of would be changing the terrain up, because he has a resistance to the terrain. Unless you consider like burn in a
yeah, I don't think,
but I don't think that would be very
that's his feat. That's not a condition. That's his feat that allows him to have stealth check advantages while in foliage. But a condition is something such as burn, poison, stun, any of those that are like an affliction that happens, basically. That's a condition. So Arc Surge has the fire condition. You may take that and paint it on your cat and make it a nature and fire type.
So wouldn't I need to like have it here first though?
You're imagining it here. Did you watch the Did you watch the same video? It takes summoning and illusion. It takes those two things, arcane arts of summoning and illusion craft, and it pushes them together. This is not the real Polo. It's an imagined version of Polo that your magic is manifesting. Kind of like how creatures manifest in dungeons.
And healing would not be considered a condition, yeah?
Would you please just deduct 3 spell slots and roll your d20, my friend? Just go with the simple option. Put the fire on him, and we're gonna roll right on through. That unfortunately does not pass, but it costs 3 spell slots to glamour weave, and that allows you to summon the creature. You have to pay the creature's level per the condition that you want. So to summon this thing, at minimum, it's 3 slots to glamour weave plus its level. So four slots in total. You are able to summon your creature that you do not technically have as a familiar just yet. You're able to summon it as a glamour weave with the condition of fire. So now it has the burn ability, and it is a plant creature. Your creature does not take any negative impact despite whatever condition you apply to it. Unfortunately, you haven't quite mastered this one. Everybody may now roll and attempt to summon their pets. Everybody go ahead and gain a d20 roll now. All right, everybody. Now you try to tap into your deepest imaginations. Reach into the farthest lengths of your
14.
creativity.
Four.
All right, and then we just need Schnur.
I don't have anything.
Oh, you don't have a pet?
No.
Well,
You know, has your Mandrake?
I'll share
I never
my
got
weird
one.
cow plant with
Oh
you.
shit!
That was Jimbo's.
I'll share my cow plant with you.
Kind of forgot
You
about
can
that.
roll for him and we'll share him.
Well,
Can I summon
with
cheese?
with with your permission, I would say that in your backstory, if you would like to add in there that, you know, earlier in your life you used to own an orange cat, you can summon the memory of that cat, even though you no longer have possession of it.
Okay. Boogity boogity, summity, ornigity.
Wow.
It's a very deep memory, lost to time. All right, Savage is the only one that passed. Roll your d6, and then everybody else will roll a d20. Roll,
Got a 3.
sorry, Savage. It's just like all the other ones. Roll 5 d6s. It's 4
Got me a 6.
4 plus if you're the person in the running for class rep, you get the +1. So it would have been 5 in total for you, Savage. Go ahead and roll 4 more. Jimbo passes.
19 plus 3.
22.
22.
Damn, that's the highest score yet. And
I'm going for comeback, baby.
yeah, that's the highest score of all time as of right now, because technically before this you haven't had opportunities to roll anything higher than a 20 before the class rep things. Jimbo, roll 3 d6s.
All right.
15, very
15.
nice. And Ray and Schnur gotta re-roll their d20s.
Wrong button. What shall I do?
You gotta keep attempting that glamour weave. Jimbo and
No.
Savage can cheer on, so you guys could add a d4.
Cheer me, cheer me, cheer me.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. Woo.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I
Cheer
got
on
one.
Schnur because she's got 11
Weird.
plus Jimbo's 1
Jeebus.
is
That brings
12.
her to passing. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your d6.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Go ahead and roll your d6, Schnur. And
Something.
Just one?
yep. And are we?
Okay.
It's 3 minus. We went next round, so this would be 2. Sorry, this would be the last round before adversity scores would be coming up. So this would
One
be
more
2.
Schnur. You got
Yeah. So 8.
8 total.
And then this is the last round before adversity scores right here. Ray, go ahead and roll your d20.
Yeah. Okay.
And everybody could be cheering Ray on here as everyone is.
I cheer her on. I
Oh,
hope
well,
she does.
apparently I need it. Shoot.
4, that brings her to a 13 that passes. Let's
Cheer her
go.
up.
Roll your d6, Ray. 13 plus
Alright.
3 would be 16, plus Jim's 2 would be 18. So close to a dirty 20.
5, yo.
Fuck yeah. All right, well, you guys
Nice.
all have
5 and 6.
gotten the idea of glamour weaving and being able to add your abilities to your creatures. Do all of you have the spell Arc Surge? Who all has Arc Surge?
I do.
I do.
Schnur?
I do.
Okay. So all of you are grabbing that fire condition. Keep your eyes out for any of those conditions. Anything that it says that it afflicts them and does something if they fail, like a save, those type of things that stick around them for multiple rounds, those are all conditions. So keep your guys' eyes out for those. Any of those you can glamour weave, and you can be as creative as you want with it, and it gains that additional typing, so that's pretty cool.
So
and
is that a spell or cantrip?
It is a mechanic. It is just something you can do.
Okay. Separate. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like one of the rules,
And
basically.
that would cost a primary action, yeah?
It does cost a bonus action. It is your secondary action. To physical summon, to do the physical summoning version is your primary action. To glamour weave is a bonus action. That's also what makes it pretty cool. But on the other side of that, you're gonna take more spell slots to do it, because it's gonna take 3 automatically, no matter what, plus whatever your creature's level is. So that's the downside for glamour weaving. While if you normal
So
summon
glamour
it,
weave that we're learning. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
if you normal summon it, you only
So
pay
basically,
the
if it's,
creature's
like,
level.
high enough level, you just can't, like, glamour weave it, basically.
Yeah. Well, no, you can, because you would get stronger. You would get more spell slots. And don't forget, you will...
Well, let's say, like, we have, like, a level 5 creature for some reason, and we're only, like, level 3 or whatnot. Oh, speaking of which, levels.
We'll get on to level.
Yeah,
We were supposed to do
anyhow.
that during the week. We can't do that right now. But we will get on to levels.
Oh, yeah.
We will definitely do that eventually. For right now, everyone's stuck at whatever level they were previously. Soon you guys will be getting ASI, which will essentially allow you to do certain spells and mechanics for free. And we'll get into that too. But now that we are done with illusion and glamour weaving, we are heading right into our next class. As the days would have gone on, each of you will be drawn towards your elective, the class you have chosen to go on and do. In that drafting order, we have Schnur up next. So everybody else, you are not here for this. You don't get any additional bonus. But Schnur, you would go back to the same warding halls that we just had wards and glamour weaving in, and there you would see a very hurt and distraught, almost bandaged and worn Varian Thornshade. And the professor would welcome you in. He would give you a subtle head nod, and yeah, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Arc Surge! Aegis Wall! Chomp Touch!
Summon ready to ally!
Welcome back for another one. Thank you guys for joining me. All right, gather round. Today, class, we are discussing shadow arts and the umbral studies. In this academic field, known as the umbral studies, we will discuss mechanics and we will discuss classes, but we must answer one question. What are shadows? Most beginners think that shadows are simply darkness. They are not. Shadows are remnants. They are what remains when intention decays. Let me explain. A curse begins as emotion, twisted. It anchors to an object, to a place, to a memory, and it feeds on meaning. What happens when that object is forgotten? When its purpose fades, and its name is no longer spoken, the curse does not disappear, it changes. When intention leaves a cursed object long enough, the curse detaches from identity and it becomes power without direction, mana without form, negative energy bleeding into the world, calling to be remembered, calling to be used. That is the birth of a shadow. Shadows are like ghosts, but they are not spirits of the dead. They are the afterimage of corrupted intention. They lurk where loneliness lingers, where hurt festers, where isolation creates openings, because like curses, they attach, but shadows do not simply afflict, they consume. Now, here is what becomes dangerous. When someone approaches a forgotten cursed object, one that has become a shadow's source, the closer they get, the more energy recognizes opportunity. If they are weak of will, they are cursed. If they fall to it, if they die, they do not pass on. Their spirit cannot move forward. Their ki, their life force, dissolves, and only mana remains. Over time, even identity fades. No name, face, nor memory, just shadow, forgotten, just like the object that created them. That shadow then begins to wander, searching, not for revenge, not for justice, for attachment. It seeks a body to cling to, because if a shadow successfully anchors to living flesh long enough, it becomes something else, becomes a void entity, for you common folk, a demon, a being who understands territory, a being who plants cursed object deliberately, because more cursed object means more forgotten anchors, more shadows, more potential void entities, expansion of territory, expansion of army. This is how corruption spreads, not through invasion, through neglect. Now, this is where I must tell you we are touching into the umbral studies. Shadow arts is the practice of manipulating that shadow energy. Umbral studies is the academic pursuit of understanding why it behaves this way. Why does shadow seek attachment? Why does it replicate through curse? Why does it attempt expansion? For 20 years, scholars have studied this. They have mapped shadow outbreaks, tracked cursed item clusters, monitored void manifestations. They have discovered patterns. Shadows are not random, they are organized. They gather, they respond to signals, which brings us to something more disturbing. The Umbral Choir. The name emerged from fragmented research, multiple void entities across separate territories acting in synchronology, planting cursed items in coordinated waves, triggering shadow blooms simultaneously, like voices harmonizing like a chorus. Thus, the Umbral Choir. To this day, after 2 decades of investigation, no one knows what the choir truly is. Is it a singular consciousness, a hive, a ritual, a summoning? No confirmed answers exist, and this is uncertainty that makes the umbral choir studies necessary. Now, let us bring back the playable magic of shadow arts as a discipline into not being inherently evil. It is controlled exposure. It is the study of darkness without surrendering to it. Those shadow lexicon mages are those who walk closest to that line. They do not worship shadow, but many serve the void's currents, some intentionally, some gradually. The shadow lexicon features such as the umbral cloak and the shadow step, veiled sight, and the night twin all draw from the shadow's mechanics: teleportation through darkness, fear induction, binding through absence, the cloning of its cycle via silhouette projection. But every use carries a risk because shadows are not a passive magic. It observes and remembers who uses it. Let us discuss these dangers. For those of you still listening, if you use shadow arts recklessly, you increase ambient shadow density. You create micro anchors, places where mana destabilizes. This is why Umbral Studies teaches containment protocols, ward layering, charm cleansing, divine reinforcement. The shadow must be balanced. Now, strategically, shadows excel at fear, isolation, control, and disruption. Pairs dangerously well with binding, hex, and illusion. But it is weak against the radiant will, beacon of resolve, and strong communal presence, emotional stability as well. Shadows thrive in loneliness. They weaken in unity. That is not a metaphor. That is mechanical. Now, I want you to understand something clearly. The void does not hate. It just expands. The umbral choir, it is not some form of rage or darkness that is burning in the night. It is harmony. Harmonizing with our universe in a way that we cannot yet tell even further what it means. Shadow lexicon mages, well, some believe they are controlling it, though many of them are dark wizards that hunt creatures of the light to gain even stronger darker powers. It is believed to be the same as what the curses and shadows do to create these void entities. Whether that is true remains unanswered. However, there are some theories that with the outbreak of monster kind, that for some reason, this scaling battle of light and dark that has thinned the veil in slick spots where these anchors have been placed is in growing number as well as growing concern. That is why this field exists.
I can
The
see you
shadow
like
arts
lighting up
teach
to
you
talk,
not
but I can't
only
hear
to
you.
wield the darkness, but
Is
to
it just
cause
my
it,
audio?
the cause of darkness, what it wants. Umbral Studies teaches you why darkness behaves the way it
Oh,
does.
sorry, I saw your thing
20
lighting up.
years of research still leaves us truth. We do not know what the Umbral Choir is, only that it is organized and growing. Dark creatures and monster kind growing. They wait. Please, study carefully, cast responsibly, and never forget, neglect creates more monsters than malice ever could. All right. And then you are there with various different peers. Schnur. Riven is also in this class. Um, and many, many faces you don't recognize. This is definitely a later year class. Not not necessarily because of difficulty, but just because of how niche it is, um, and how kind of new it is. This class only being in existence for around 20 years. Man, um, and so yeah, you are all now in here. Schnur, the rest of this crowd, and Riven. Schnur, go ahead and roll D20.
Okay. 20.
Damn!
Woo.
That's kind of crazy.
Damn.
So that would be 10 D6s? Holy shit. Go ahead and take your free little extra roll I was going to give you.
Roll.
So I'm rolling 10 d6s.
That's what it looks like. Yeah. Holy shit. That's what
You're
it looks
basically
like.
rolling
The same thing that
Yep.
everyone else did that
Damn.
won the first round, but because she got a 20, it's critical, which means the result is doubled. That is damn. 20.
Well, I got a 24
23
and a
plus
19.
20, 40, 43.
43.
Well, that's officially the highest score of all time. By 1 point, if you would have rolled 1 point higher, you would have doubled it with 44. That is insane. I don't know if we'll ever see that ever again, but Schnur, that's just your extra you get as a bonus for the video. For the actual class, Varian Thornshade is in no condition to teach you guys, unfortunately. So he has this shadow illusion basically give the spectral talk that you just witnessed. You got your little free extra. And now for your actual class, he grabs a various series of these big stack of black books and he starts handing them out. And it's a book that it can only leave this room if you currently are not at your maximum of 2 books for the library. So keep that in mind. But with this book, you can come here. You can study this at any time to raise your shadow score if you want. It's one of the very few classes that has something like this. And it's because there's a real world counterpart to something you can do with this book. This book will give you not only bonuses for the Shadow Arts class, but it'll give you leads on Umbral Studies dark wizards that you can go out into the world and hunt down for like the biggest bounties in the game. And as soon as these books start to get handed out, Riven almost looks like he's going to come to tears as he probably knows that the entire class is about to read about dark wizards and the different lineages and the ones that you can hunt now and all that. And he starts pulling out these books and sets them down. And so instead of learning spellcraft, you're going to roll for this. But you still get your mastery points, and they stay back there for any shadow spells that you go out there and find. And he will teach some eventually. He's a very stern teacher, though. So so there's a neutral score of whether they're a happy teacher and they'll cheer you on and give you inspiration, or whether they're a stern teacher and they're going to give you something like this where you have to learn yourself. So because of this, he is actually in the strict, sorry, not stern, which means everything you roll from here on out is -2. That is your to become adept. That is also your mastery points. That's literally everything he teaches until you become friendly, until you make him more friendly. And actually, because of the interactions that you have had and everything that has happened, I'm gonna raise his bar from strict to stern. Yeah. So now it'll only be -1. Go ahead and proceed. Because of everything that happened in your guys' moment in the dream world and him wanting to protect you students, he recognizes this here is very close to him and almost feels as if he's failed in defending you guys. So he wants to try even harder. A very slight, but still knowledgeable. go ahead and roll your d20 to read through this book.
20.
Woo. Woo, woo, woo.
Go ahead and roll 10d6s. Holy shit.
Oh.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay, that one's not as high. That's only 26.
All right. That's still, though, holy shit. 69 points in total is insane. Because the other classes, I mean, they're a couple points in. They had one evocation, one ward before this. But Shadow Arts, this is their very first one, and she's already, like, about to complete it. Like, she's done for the year, basically. Because if you complete your final now, you're done. You're already way past the total score you need to succeed. You're going to end the year with like 110 points probably, if you don't do anything. So that's crazy. Wow. So you learn various different things. So the reason that they think that there's some sort of unison to this is because some of the dark wizards they've caught and captured, they have been able to break into their memories, and they've been able to look through these different fragments, and they have been able to communicate with these entities. Whatever they were, they're able to go into these cauldrons of like black liquid and talk to these things. Somehow, some way, there's multiple records of these memories being broken into and tortured. And not only that, there's multiple family lines that are indentured, and they are serving these entities. A lot of them are different elven family lines. Some of them are human. A lot of Veilborn lines, but most notably, Arklings seem very, very resistant to this. Moonfolks seem basically immune. Like there's not very many records of too many Moonfolk falling to this foul shadow entity magic. Dwarves are noted very, very, very resistant. Stonekin are neutral, Steelkin are neutral. Harpies are like the light and the dark against these things. Unlike Fae, which you guys are basically just vulnerable to darkness, Harpies are essentially masters of charm. So you guys are like masters of like the light and the joy and the stuff that charm comes from, and that's why the shadows want to get rid of you. They don't get that same benefit when getting rid of Harpies, as Harpies are just basically praying for this really, really hard. It doesn't actually exist in them. Yeah, and you would learn just about that much about basically the practical functions of how it all works and how the shadow arts and umbral studies tie together. Do you have any questions? I'll answer a couple free questions because of those insane rolls.
Well, I mean, first, not a question, but can I look and see how Riven's feeling?
Yeah, take an insight check. Oh shit, he failed. Well, he's not hiding it very well, however he's feeling. Yeah, he's watching everybody's, like, he's watching how far they're getting into the book. He's definitely seen this book before. He's kind of like feigning interest in it, just flipping through it, pretending, but his attention is mainly on how far everyone else is through this book. And he doesn't look good. He looks, I mean, he's always kind of been pale, but now he looks like sick. Not happy. distraught.
Can I like flutter over and like poke him, be like, "Yo, man, just be chill."
Yeah. Try and a little bit of joy charm, sure. Go ahead, roll. Yeah,
9.
you charm him, and it actually does seem to have a remedying effect. He kind of like head nods and looks around, makes sure no one is like looking at him, and they're not. Everyone's actually like just looking at their books or maybe looking at Thornshade, and they're like, "Why is he all like beat up and bloodied looking?" And then he kind of recognizes this. So good on you. You kind of show him that none of them are actually really looking at him.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any other questions about shadow arts or the umbral studies? I'll answer anything. You get a couple free. Those were really insanely pretty good rolls. And you have the book, the guide that would basically explain any of your questions.
Is there anything around the dark wizards you can tell me?
Yeah, there is an entire section on what classifies them as a dark wizard and the lineages of dark wizard. The classifications of dark wizard is anybody that's basically done the unforgivable, which is a term for curses. So not all shadow magic is a curse. Like you can grab shadows and like throw a shadow spike, and that's not a curse. But all curses are shadow magic. Shadow magic is essentially channeling into this same magic that curses use to get into our world. This whatever this void thing is. And curses are like, how when you're using charm magic, you're basically channeling all those happy emotions. For curses, it has to be something out in the world, has to be something outward that has happened, like a really, really bad tragedy or basically one of these unforgivable things that you can do. They're called the unforgivables, such as like murdering someone or torturing or splitting your soul into different pieces, cursing children. There's a whole bunch of different unforgivables. And basically, once you've done one of those things, you're considered a dark wizard. A dark wizard is just a term for someone that they basically have a bounty on or is evil in the sense of like the general population would want that guy gone. It's just a general term. Dark wizards could use fire magic, light magic. They could use any type of magic, but they've just become evil. And not all of them are shadow lexicons. Shadow lexicons are just more prone to it because they mess with shadows more. And for lineages, there is a couple lineages that are really, really known for being bad. The Black Molts, most infamously. What's really, really, really bad about the Black Molts is basically they were breaking all of the unforgivables. They were killing people. They were torturing people. They were taking children and putting curses on them. So none of the like Black Molts are an actual lineage. It's a group of people that captured other people's kids, tortured and cursed them, and then basically branded their lineage into them. It's not something that they can just get rid of by changing their name either. It's like an actual part of this energy or this curse that has been passed on, and it's known as the Black Molt Curse. And that is why they're so bad and like hunted down. Some other notable things is there's many cases of these curses being out in the world and being used for reasons that are sanctioned. Most notably, Silith Bloodbloom, before he was actually never even a professor here. He worked for the Adventurers Guild, and then was most notably sanctioned by a off-the-books thing, so it doesn't say the name of it, but it does say basically what happened. He was sanctioned by this group that their whole thing was, we're going to go around and we're going to clean up all the bad guys in Arcanum, and we're just going to take them all out. And it has a couple different people that are in there. None of them really matter. But Silith Bloodbloom was one of these people that was sanctioned to basically use this torture magic to go into Dark Wizard's minds and break them open. And he would like literally use his blood magic to infuse himself into them and basically learn and know everything. So instead of getting these broken memory shards and reading it kind of like divination, he would just literally go into them and like read everything that they think. And then come out, have all their knowledge. And that's how he was able to find out about this giant group of them that was getting together and doing this, and able to basically take them all off the board in one giant play. And the act of doing that, of taking all these people out, is why he was brought to the school to become the Archmage of the Moon. That's notable because he is the only Archmage in all of history to have never been a professor. So, and then, if you have any more questions, you may ask them. Otherwise, we're going to give you your last mastery points rolls and stuff.
Yes, I would like to ask Mr. Professor Verian how his ass is doing, and if he like figured anything out with that whole werewolf shit that he went through.
Yes, Mrs. Sniffles, it's great to have you back. I am feeling great myself. His teeth kind of grit as he coughs, and he catches himself as you say the word werewolf. Yes, well, I unfortunately am cursed with lycanthropy for presumably all of time, but until I meet my end. And until that day, I will work every day I am given to master it stronger. See, that is the problem with these curses, Mrs. Sniffles. Once they got you forever. A curse is hard to break. Charms only turn it off. And though we have great potions and all kinds of charms and wards, sometimes I too falter. But I can promise from this moment on to try and rely on the strength of you, our youth and next generation, as you have demonstrated such great accolades. As for the shadow itself...
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're at least doing better.
As for the shadow itself, I believe Silith had no difficulty taking care of it. Though I have heard other problems have arisen, you wouldn't know anything about that, being small and up to mischief, sneaking around. You haven't seen anyone too suspicious in the New Year's, have you?
Not that's coming to mind.
Well, it seems that someone was able to coerce a staff into putting nightshade into the food of one of our meals, and that is what made you susceptible to the hex. It wouldn't have changed much, but it did draw us in on one of the other clues, and that's that someone else was also able to bewitch a wraith the same night. Not just any wraith, but a wraith that protects one of our dungeons deep in the school, where we keep items and things that we want to keep out of the wrong hands, you understand. And this wraith, it is a familiar of our Archmage of the Moon. It is no easy wraith to take down or bewitch. We think maybe similar methods were used in the hex that was placed on you. And even worse, it appears this was all one giant smoke and mirrors. All of this happening right in front of our faces drew everybody's attention except Silith's. If he wouldn't have focused in and seen what was truly going on, we wouldn't even known that anything was missing. While all of this was happening, you see, that very dungeon was entered. One of our sigils let us know that a student passed by, one with very low mana, and this means he had to have been a first year. Even more curious, he stole an artifact that we confiscated off of your lot, you first years. On your voyage over here, you didn't happen to see a black stone with weird carvings on it, did you?
Nerd.
Yes, I think I remember hearing something about that on the voyage.
Well, even our Grand
Wasn't it,
Magistrate was
what?
unable to detect its magic. His detect magic result, it appeared to be just a regular stone. Something about this is not adding up, Mrs. Sniffles. That is what we must investigate further. Not the facts we know, but what we don't. Keep your eyes out.
I will do so.
And you may roll your last d20. And it's basically just another one of those pass or failed checks. Just like a freebie, basically. 18 passes. Go ahead and roll your d6.
Just one?
No, see, we already did the free one, and then we started with 1. So we would be on 2, which is 4 minus 1, 3. So it'd be 3 d6s.
Alright. 14.
That is incredible. So 83.
Oh.
And yes, you may close your book and put it up if you like. If not, you can check it out and it'll go towards your total of books that you currently have running. I think you already have 1 checked out, right? You have the Kitsune book. Or the mythical beast.
But did I also take the one on fairy shit or no? Did we just talk about that one?
Oh, I think you might have actually. I did temporarily forget about that one.
I was gonna say.
The Feylands. They're like home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you already have 2, my bad. So that would be it, and that would be the end of your bonus class. Hurrah! You would begin making your way back to the dorms, and along that long hallway, we would also see, presumably Jimbo is just like outside Shadow Arts, kind of just waiting for you. He would have just finished up Arcane Arts with Savage, and they would kind of be walking down the hall and start waiting for you. Jimbo, Vero, would you guys like to give a roleplay recap of what you guys have been learning in Arcane Arts?
Ooh,
Sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Are we like in the hallway, or are we going to the class or something like that?
So, what did you learn? What was your favorite part?
I think that I'm excited to learn basically the all the 5 limits that we have to carry. Like, I'm really want to get my hands on a grimoire and a scroll.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Personally, like, I'm looking into like evocation and whatnot. I think that learning how to like properly use grimoire and whatnot will be very, very nice, though.
It's just basically not trying to get that arcane overload.
Yeah, you don't want to have like too much going on at the same time, though. Be very easy to do, or very hard not to.
And Draylin, who is also in arcane arts, is walking down the same hall, getting ready to pass you guys to go to his dorms down there. Asaro beside him, and as the class for Shadow lets out, people start exiting. You see Riven kind of join them, and he looks back at you, and Draylin kind of gives a head nod to Vero. He's like, hopefully you keep up with your studies.
Like, hopefully you get some practice in on your time off.
Oh, I will. Father has me doing 10 scrolls a day. Various prep work so that I can help Asaro out in the field. And she's like, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. I don't like being the center of our formation. I like it better when I get to run backup. And Riven joins them, and he's like, hey, don't be talking about our battle strategies out loud. Come on, guys. And he stops and kind of looks at Schnur, and he's like, good luck to you guys in the rest of your classes. He waves to Jimbo and Schnur and Vero. He kind of like mean mugs. And then he turns around, and him and Asaro both turn around, and then it's just Draylin kind of standing there for a second, looking at Vero, kind of like prideful like. Both of you guys have done exceedingly well on the on your scores. I mean, with the Aether Crucible scores, now with both of your class scores, you guys are like neck and neck. The rivalry kind of like intensifies, and those moments of words of encouragement that you gave him not too many episodes ago, where he had that feeling that he had to shake off, kind of reflects now. And it definitely looks more dignified and more overcome and more in suit of who he thinks that he is. And he looks at you kind of trying to see if you have the same stature. He's like, how well does he know who he thinks he is?
I give Draylin a cheeky smirk. And I was like, just remember what I told you. And don't forget it.
He says, of course. And he turns around and he kind of does the same little thumbs up that you did that Asaro then copied. And it's like a catching on like trend that everyone does on their exit now. And he catches up to his friends. And that leaves you, Jimbo, and Schnur now sitting there. Would you like to exchange information about your guys' classes with each other? Whether it's evocation,
yeah, first
ward.
I want to give like a little like air high five to Draylin over there, and then I'd like to give Vero a personal high five.
Fuck yeah.
Be like, y'all killed it, motherfuckers.
Really, Schnur killed it.
Well, yeah, but not for this class. She absolutely did. She absolutely did.
She took the record and doubled it.
But, like, we're heading right out of this one.
What's up, nerds?
Mhm.
You boys have fun in class?
As much fun we can get inside a classroom.
Mhm.
How are your guys' standings? Oh.
I liked how we got to learn how to do the gosh, what's it called right here? So the mechanics of our glamour weave to give our little friend like a cool power. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mine would be how easy it was for me to learn binding rhyme.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool learning about the Umbral Choir and how it's kind of just a mystery still.
It's
Vera
really cool.
looked at Schnur the moment she says Umbral Choir.
I really liked how like all the charms are more so based on like emotion as per like an actual like physical element. It's more of, you know, trying to like contradict or counteract something with like the positive version of it, as opposed to how a curse is like a negative, stereotypically negative thing at least. And you can use charms to kind of like balance that out and bring things to like a neutral level.
That's the best I've ever heard charms described, and I scripted and voice over the video and have watched it back. That's still the best I've ever heard it described. Good job. It's a great interpretation. I like that a lot. And yeah, that's kind of the catch up as all of you guys get together. And you've taken these days that have now turned into weeks. The new year has launched off. When we get back, we're going to be about roughly a month in. So here's what I want to do. At the beginning of the episode, once again, we forgot the study points. My bad. So we're going to do those. And I'm going to give you 2 more right now. You guys are going to get 1 more for free, basically, because multiple days passed in that little bit of a time skip when we went back to Evoke and Ward and you rolled for those again. And then I'm going to let you guys leave off with an action, something you want to be doing going into these next couple days. So let's start with... So opposite of class draft, that means Vero, you're first. What is your study component, like your book that you've been reading that we should have done at the start of the episode?
It would still be that shoot, I have it on items. The book about Veilborns by Quillwright, different ways to stop the entity and transportation and sealing spells.
Very good. Okay, go ahead and roll 2 d20s for it.
That's 20. 29.
I got these written down somewhere. Okay, the 20 crit succeeds. Roll 2 d6s. I think that's it. No, that's
3.
Let me hold on here. Because it's not those. Those are your guys. Wait, no, maybe it is that. But why does Vera... Vera, did you not get a passing score last time you read the book? So I don't
think
even
so,
have a
though.
score for you. I
I
got
don't
one for
remember.
Jimbo, Schnur, and Ray for mastery points from their study things. I don't have one for you, I don't think, though. Maybe because...
Yeah. If anything, yeah, we'll just go with I didn't pass it last time.
I'm trying to think back. I honestly can't even remember. All right, so yeah, you'd get the critical success. That'd be 3. So that starts you somewhere. There is a lot to note about ceiling and barriers. Most importantly, that barriers are mainly one-sided, but the thing about barriers is the caster can choose which side that the barrier is reflective upon, meaning that dome-like barriers conceal something within it, but are vulnerable to being attacked from the outside, being broken inwards, and vice versa. A dome barrier that is protective and strong from the outside is weak from within. And wall barriers are the most efficient because of their size. Barriers and energetics, sources of energy that are just multitudes, like lightning and fire and these like lasers and all those energy types that are wards, barriers, lasers, whatever it is. Those exponential energy types are the most effective against shadows because they can't consume or perform equivalent exchange with that much mass of energy. Like the light from a barrier is too much that a shadow can't pass through it, just basically vaporizes the shadow. As to where a small amount of light, such as a light that you would cast with like your sprite or mage light or any of those that kind of like follow you around and guide you, those lights can be consumed by the shadow and actually power it up. So like Morph, when he's around these shadows, he does reveal it and show you basically all the tricks and give you those insight checks, but he's also weak to them at the same time. So if they attacked, if anything, Morph is a vulnerability on the field. So you gotta like choose when you want Morph to be doing his thing, basically. Having him out at all times is just risky, basically. His energy can be consumed, but most notably to you, constructs, things that have these inhabited structures are easier to put wards and barriers on. So you could actually inscribe wards and barriers onto the lantern that Morph is housed in. And it would not only be efficient, but super effective. Because it's like a construct, it's a building, a barrier, a place, almost. For that little creature, that thing is a place. And yeah, that's basically all you would learn. Next, Jimba. Which book would you like to read? Your detect magic book, I presume?
Yeah, I think I'd I'd give that another read.
All right, go ahead and
I
roll your
don't think I really
2d20s.
gained too much from last time I read through it.
Nice. And
All right, 16,
2d6s.
13.
All right.
Well,
Detect magic is one of the most proficient forms of revealing an object's identity, the contents of the object, whether it's magical, non-magical, and determining what the magical type is, as well as being able to follow that faint aura of magic, such as the aura that Fae leave behind, or the aura that Shadow leave behind, or the aura of any spellcaster in particular that just has great amounts of magic. And detect magic is only one of various forms of this divination type magic. There's detect magic, there's true sight, there's veil sight, and all of these do a variety of different things. Detect magic allows you to look at the fundamental mechanics of these components, while as veil sight allows you to look at basically what the shadows are trying to hide. It's like pulling the curtain back and getting a sneak peek behind it. And true sight is basically the ability to identify guaranteed weaknesses in magical structure, or even in creatures and organisms, how to be able to spot where the best spot to strike it is. And that's basically all you learn. And then Ray,
That's something.
roll your 2d20s.
I'm sorry. Here I am. Remember, I never went to the library and got a book. The only book I have is those books I want to give to my little friend to ancient text back and forth. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
I accidentally probably wrote down Ray's
Yes.
name here. So this was Vero's score.
Yeah.
Okay. They both have an S. It's Solaris and Savage. They're both. So Savage, your score would be a 9 instead of a 3, and that would make a little more sense.
Boom. Yeah. And I didn't go to the library this episode or last episode, so I couldn't get one.
Well, we'll talk about that real quickly in just a second. Last, we have Schnur. Which book would you like to be reading on? And your 2d20s.
Can I do that Fairyland one thingy? Or
Mhm.
Feyland thingy?
Absolutely.
2d20. 19 is the higher.
Oh, you get both of them as long as they pass a 12. 19's good.
Oh, okay.
11 is
Yeah, no.
just a little too low. But you get a d6 anyways. So go ahead and roll.
Wow. Oh shit, I'm fucking under Jimbo's name.
Why are you rolling?
Oh my goodness.
Guys.
Prison, 1,000 years.
Oh, 11 is 2 ones.
Oh, okay. All right. You don't learn much, but it is rumored that all of the fairies are not extinct, but gone, living off in a place different from here, known as the Fairylands. And it is just rumored. No one has ever proved its existence. Though many of the true fairy are gone and their descendants exist in the Fae and in gnomes. But most of the fairy are said to have traveled off to a different land known as Fairylands. And it sounds like a beautiful place of roving fields of, green springs and pink summers, orange falls and white winters. They say to find the Fairylands, you need to head to the the northmost, and to the east evermore, to the west wayward, and to the southbound as far as you can. And it's basically rumored to exist in all the directions, north, east, south, and west. It doesn't really make sense. But that's about all you learn.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that brings us to closing actions. So, but while we're going through this time skip and multiple days are happening at once, what would you guys like to be doing in preparation for next week's session?
I would like to ask everybody to about if they wanted to travel back to the town for a little bit and just kind of talk about that maybe. And or if we could just go to our town near us and check out some potions and some other little wares, visit the Rat Man. I just want to like think about having a discussion with my friends. Please.
Oh, yeah.
I would say, yeah, explore town and whatnot. I don't think we're gonna make it all the way back to like Riverwood and Ratman or anything, because that's quite
Okay.
the journey. Maybe we should get a
Yeah.
little bit better equipped.
Maybe I'll
See
find a
if we can
different type
find
of
some
bird to
potions,
deliver my
maybe
goods
some
then.
beast armor.
Yep,
What's up?
we'll do that.
Yeah, just like basic stuff. Explore the terrain and know where we can go to get shit. I
Yeah,
think that would be a good call.
sweet.
And just like study in the meanwhile,
Yep, study up.
I think Vera
I
would
want to
be
see
inside
about.
the. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, going and returning one of my books so I could take out my class book.
Yes. I would
Okay,
also
okay.
like to do a trip to the library because I need a book.
Now that's more of a
Definitely
prepped
trip to
action.
library.
That's something we can manage. In between that time, you can go and exchange
Okay.
whatever you would like. And I'll even give you a reading bonus when we return. That's Schnur's. Which book are you getting rid of, Schnur? The Phalanx or the Kitsune, the mythical beast?
I think I'm gonna go with the. Let's go with the Katsune. I want to see if there's a little more in that fairyland thing.
All right, and then you're able to check out your Shadow Arts class book. Ray, while she's at the library, is there any book in particular you're looking for? You arrive at the Ember Coil Library, giant flame in the middle, stacks of bookcases ever expanding outwards.
Something either whatever my class book is, or just like a general animal handling like type book.
There is actually multiple beast guides. There's some that aren't like officially for the class, but they're like beast guides, like the mythic beast one that she just had. There's basically one for legendary beasts. There's one for basically like witch covens, like the best familiars for different spell casting, different stuff like that. There is a beast handling like actual class book that Heim will basically be teaching from in the kind of like Varian was doing, because mainly that book is about
we
locating
don't
a
get that
creature
provided on
and
our
then
own, but we need to like we could grab that and read like help us with the class. They don't like give it to us already, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I want that one, please. I'll start with the basics.
All right, and Vero or Jimbo, what would you guys like to be doing with your prepped action? Jimbo, I know you said gathering information.
One thing, what's it called here?
Beast handling.
Would you like to go there?
Just beast handling. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
I'll go for it. I would like to turn in both of my books, if I may.
Absolutely.
And then I would really like to read up on charm magic. Just
Absolutely.
the basics and all that.
There's
And then
all,
I'm curious about weapon proficiency. So I would like to see if there's a book about that. So I would call out to the librarian.
Sorry, there's charmcraft books, absolutely, and there's also weapon books, basic forgery, stuff like that. Definitely stuff for like artificers to study and read components for, like mechanics in it. Definitely weapons and simple builds and stuff like that. But you have to choose one because it's prep A action. So, what would you like to be looking for in particular? The weapon book, or
I would like to call out and ask for a book on charm magic.
all right. The cloud like spirals down, and you see its shape as Professor Serafina Luminara, and she walks you to a kind of newer but still rather old section. She's about 40, 50, so she'd have been in class like 30 years ago-ish. And she gets you a charms book, Charms of the Walking World by Sefina Luminara. This is basically all the charms you'll ever need to protect yourself in the various different environments that curses exist.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
I would like to give her ghastly, ghostly ass a motherfucking dap up. Be like, what's up, homie? You awesome. Thank you for the book.
And she like very sternly like nods and then slightly smiles and then evaporates. Leaving you hanging, your hand kind of like still in the air. And then Vero.
I would go into my gargoyle storage room and prep for meditation with both Morph and my shadow present person.
Okay.
With the book of Quillreda sitting on my lap as I just sit there and meditate. Try to focus.
You may try.
I tap him on the shoulder.
So remember how I said you're just gonna have to kind of wait for certain things. Specifically among those things, I said you're gonna have to be at the right place, the right time, after hearing the right words. Remember? So, this is the right place, and it just so happens to be the right time. And earlier, you heard the words Umbral Choir. And so as you go to like step up to your gargoyle, the key that is in your pocket, the connection to your ancestral bloodline, that basically was your keys to the Mistveil, though Selena made it clear you will have to make it on your own accolades and not your bloodline. However, these gargoyles activate by connecting to your magical resonance. So if you have somebody else's key that they have crafted with their magical resonance, you can enter their space room. And you unknowingly do this. Everything looks normal. You put your hand on the gargoyle, the door, it opens, looks perfectly fine. You go to take a step through, Morph is like a pace behind you, and all of a sudden, the door like slams. Endless echoes in this vast darkness. And that is where we are going to leave it for this session as Vero steps into Vorx's space room from the time that he was here. And with this series of events now tumbling into space, We'll learn more about classes and more about spell work next time on Spells and Scepters.